Right then, viewers and subscribers, gather round the ZB Studio channel. We've got something important to discuss today. Today we're talking about WhatsApp scams. You know, those sneaky tricks that can catch even the savviest of us off guard. Specifically, the kind where some dodgy bloke pretends to be your dear old mum or your brother Dave. It's a classic con, but with a modern twist. These scams are popping up more often than a dodgy kebab after a night out, and they prey on good people like you and me. They exploit our trust and our instinct to help those we care about. WhatsApp, as you know, is meant for keeping in touch with family and friends. It's a lifeline for many, especially in these times when we can't always be together in person. But these scammers see it as an open door to your wallet. They craft their messages to tug at your heartstrings and make you act without thinking. They're counting on you being a good sort, quick to help out when a loved one's in a bind. They know that in a moment of panic you might not stop to question the authenticity of the message. Don't get me wrong, being helpful is a good thing. It's one of the best qualities we can have, but we need to be smart about it. We need to protect ourselves and our loved ones from these digital predators, but we need to be smart about it. We need to take a moment to think before we act. A little caution can go a long way in keeping us safe. That's why I'm here, to arm you with the knowledge you need to spot these scams a mile off. Knowledge is power, and with the right information we can outsmart these scammers. We'll go through how these scams work, breaking down their tactics so you can see through their tricks, the warning signs to look out for so you can recognize a scam before it gets too far, and what to do if you find yourself caught in their web, because it can happen to anyone, and knowing how to respond is crucial. Because let's face it, none of us want to end up telling the missus we lost our life savings to some bloke pretending to be our second cousin twice removed. It's a nightmare scenario, but one we can avoid with a bit of vigilance. Right, on with it then. Let's dive into the world of WhatsApp scams and learn how to protect ourselves and our loved ones from these digital threats. So how do these scams actually work? Well, picture this. You're having a lovely cuppa, scrolling through your phone when suddenly a message pops up on WhatsApp. It's a moment of relaxation, a break from the daily grind, and then out of nowhere your phone buzzes with a notification. It's from a number you don't recognize, but the profile picture is your son's. You squint at the screen trying to make sense of it. The image is unmistakable. It's a photo of your son smiling back at you. And the name? Yep, it says Liam right there. Your mind races, trying to recall if he mentioned changing his number recently. Your heart skips a beat. Liam never messages you out of the blue. It's unusual, and that makes you anxious. You wonder if everything is all right. The message reads, "Dad, it's me. I've lost my phone and this is my new number. Can you save it?" The tone is casual, almost reassuring, as if he's just letting you know about a minor inconvenience. Seems harmless enough, right? You reply, relieved to hear from him. You think, thank goodness he's okay. You save the number, feeling a bit more at ease. But then comes the hook. Liam, or should I say, Liam tells you he's in a right pickle. The casual tone shifts to one of urgency. He's locked out of his bank account, needs to pay an urgent bill, and begs you to transfer some money ASAP. The story is detailed, convincing, and it tugs at your heartstrings. He's desperate, pleading with you not to tell Mum because he doesn't want to worry her. This adds a layer of secrecy, making you feel like you're the only one who can help. This, my friends, is the classic family impersonation scam. It's a well-crafted trap designed to exploit your love and concern for your family. They play on your emotions, using a familiar face and a believable story to lull you into a false sense of security. Don't fall for it. Always verify the identity of the person contacting you, especially if they ask for money. A quick call to your son's known number could save you from falling victim to this deceitful scheme. Stay vigilant and protect yourself from these heartless scammers. Now let's talk about those red flags I mentioned. It's crucial to be aware of these warning signs to protect yourself and your loved ones from falling victim to scams. The first thing to remember is scammers are creatures of habit. They have a set of tactics they rely on because these methods have worked for them in the past. They tend to use the same tricks over and over again. Recognizing these patterns can help you stay one step ahead. Knowing these tricks is half the battle. Awareness is your first line of defense. First off, be wary of messages from unknown numbers, even if they claim to be someone you know. Scammers often spoof numbers To make it look like the message is coming from a trusted contact, double-check the number against your contact list. If it doesn't match up, it's a major red flag. Always verify before responding. If it doesn't match up, it's a major red flag. Don't hesitate to mark it as spam or block the number. Secondly, watch out for messages that scream urgency. Scammers want you to act quickly without thinking. They create a sense of panic to cloud your judgment. Scammers want you to act quickly without thinking. They know that when you're in a rush, you're more likely to make mistakes. They'll use phrases like urgent help needed or don't tell anyone. These are designed to make you feel pressured and isolated. Thirdly, pay close attention to the writing style. Does it sound like your son or your sister? Scammers often make grammatical errors or use unusual language that doesn't match the way your loved ones typically communicate. Does it sound like your son or your sister? If the tone or language seems off, it's worth double-checking. Scammers often make grammatical errors or use unusual language. These mistakes can be a clear indicator that something isn't right. And if the message asks for personal information, like your bank details or passwords, run for the hills. No legitimate organization would ever ask for that over WhatsApp. No legitimate organization would ever ask for that over WhatsApp. Remember, trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. If something feels off, it probably is. Always take a moment to think before you act. Your caution can save you from a lot of trouble. How to verify the identity of a contact. So you've received a message that's got you feeling a bit iffy. What do? Well, before you panic or, heaven forbid, send any money, take a moment to verify who you're actually talking to. The easiest way is to simply call the person directly. Use the number you have saved in your contacts, not the one from the suspicious message. Ask them if they've changed their number and if they've sent you any recent messages. If they haven't, you know it's a scam. Another way to verify their identity is to check with other family members or friends. Send them a quick message or give them a ring and ask if they've been in contact with the person in question. Two heads are always better than one, especially when it comes to sniffing out a scammer. What to do if you've been scammed? Now, let's say the worst has happened. You've fallen victim to a scam and sent money to someone you thought was a family member. What do? First things first, don't beat yourself up about it. These scammers are professionals at what they do. They know how to push the right buttons to get what they want. The most important thing is to act quickly. Contact your bank immediately and report the scam. They may be able to stop the transaction or recover some of the funds, then report the scam to the police and provide them with all the details you have, including screenshots of the conversation and any information you have about the scammer's account. It's also a good idea to report the scam to WhatsApp. They take these matters seriously and can help prevent the scammer from targeting others.